Hey there! So I've been playing Brown Dust for a while now, and with the Western version of the game releasing March 7th, I decided to start this YouTube channel, where I'll be posting guides and general Brown Dust related content. But for now, I bring you this why you should play type of video, where I'll be explaining the main aspects of the game and why I think it's currently the best gacha in the market. I'm gonna assume you're already familiar with the genre. I'm not gonna go over every single basic RPG and gacha element. Well, let's start with the combat then, shall we? This is probably gonna be the breaking point for most of you, as the combat seems to be really love or hate with its players. Brown Dust completely embraces auto battle, but instead of adding unfunctional and generic AI like most gachas do, this game innovates and brings a whole new mechanic to the table. Before the battle begins, you assign your units positions and attack orders. So even though the combat itself is automatic, every little thing that happens in the battlefield is in your hands. If you're not sold yet, don't fret, I also wasn't at first. In fact, I kept hearing of people that hated the combat at first glance, but fell in love with it after actually giving it a chance. It sounds simple at first, but the game mechanics can turn out to be quite complex. This is by far, without any doubt, the most strategic gacha game I've ever played. It goes without saying that this game provides extensive possibilities for theory crafting if that's your kind of thing. Different teams are gonna have different game plans and win conditions, asking for different units and strategies. The units themselves don't allow for much variation. Damage units are built with damage runes, tanks with tank runes. So very rarely you see a single unit with multiple different builds. But the units between themselves are really unique. A lot of units from other games are the exact same. They have deal damage type of skills with different skins on top. In Brown Dust, each unit has a different skill set that makes them interesting and unique, each with their own purpose. From negating enemy AoE, being an immortal, or debuffing the entire enemy screen, each unit has the potential to shine if used correctly and to fit a specific team. You often see people in the super high ranks in Korea running completely niche and unexpected units, aiming to counter a specific meta trend or exploit a specific weakness in the enemy formations. Of course, some units are considered better than others. Some units are best in slots, auto-includes in most teams, but this is just natural considering the competitive PvP nature of the game, and it doesn't feel as bad considering a team is composed of 9 units in this game, so having 1 or 2 god tier units doesn't hurt unit variety as much compared to games with only 3 or 4 units per team. Something you need to know is that Brown Dust is way more focused in PvP compared to your average gacha, and is way more competitive in that sense. There's still a lot of PvE, yes, and it can be a lot of fun, but we're mostly talking about one-time clears, so once you're done with it, well, you're done with it. You don't directly repeat content. Yeah, you heard me right, there's no farming per se. This game is as opposed to grinding as it gets. You have your good old campaign mode, where the story takes place, and a bunch of secondary modes such as Evil Castle, World Boss, and co-op raids. The content that usually turns into an eternal grind, such as rune and gold farming, all have a built-in feature that allows you to auto-complete them in second plane, requiring no effort from the player. But now back to PvP. You have the regular arena, which is considered the bread and butter of Brown Dust, most important content in the game. The novice arena, where the units you bring to battle are restricted, which brings a whole new meta game with a more vanilla experience. A mode where you protect and steal resources from other players called Mystic Island, and the more recently released Live Arena PvP, which spices up gameplay and makes it even more strategical, and even hosts a tournament mode with exclusive prizes. Trust me, all of those game modes grant significant rewards, so if you want to be efficient, you should be doing every single one of them. Which leads to the next topic, playtime. Early on, as you still have a lot of PvE to clear, you might find yourself overwhelmed with things to do, but as you reach endgame, the time commitment to maintain your account can be extremely low. Completing your dailies is really easy and doesn't take long. You're looking at less than 1 hour daily. But depending on how serious you are about PvP, this time could very easily double or even triple, depending if you're pushing for the high ranks. In the end, I feel like the game does a pretty good job at maintaining the game manageable for the more casual players, while providing the possibility to extend the playtime for the more hardcore ones. This way you can invest some extra hours into the game if you want and feel rewarded, while not being at a severe disadvantage if you just log in once per day and clear your dailies as fast as possible. And since the game is very strategic and knowledge based, studying the game and theory crafting can give you an intellectual advantage over everyone else, No, really, game knowledge actually matters in this game. So now you should be asking yourself, okay, sure, that sounds amazing, the best game ever made. And you sound amazing by the way, Azeew, you must be quite a handsome young man. But anyways, what about pay to win? And to that I say thank you very much, I completely agree with you. Oh, you asked about pay to win, right? Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna be making a video in the future going very in-depth in resource acquisition for free-to-play players, the math around pull rates, and the anti-whaling systems in this game. So if you're concerned, look forward to that in the future. For now, I'm gonna say that the game is absolutely free-to-play friendly. It's way less pay-to-win than your average gacha. The pull rates might seem rough at first, being at 1.2% for regular banners and 2.2% for the legendary banner. But you are showered with crystals. You look at easily 12k stable free-to-play crystals every month. That's 240 normal banner pulls, which is almost 3 5-stars per month on average. This is not even considering the daily free pulls that you have and the scrolls that you get here and there, which would increase it to around 4 5-stars per month. They also very often will give out 3 5-stars on event, so that could be even 5. On top of it, there's a mileage system that lets you pick any 5-star of your choice after doing a certain amount of pulls. So everyone has every unit in the game then? Well, yes, kinda. The main way to upgrade your units in this game, other than runes, levels and stars, are skill points. And they really make a difference. Having a unit isn't really enough, you need them at a high skill level. These skill points are acquired either from dupes or skill books. And this is how the game becomes even less pay to win, cause pulling for dupes is really bad, unless you're whaling super hard of course. So you're mostly gonna be upgrading your units with skill books, which can only be acquired with in-game currency, you can't directly pay for those. This also creates a new layer of complexity, cause choosing which units to invest is a huge part of your team's performance, and making the right calls at the right moment requires a lot of game knowledge. This is one of the reasons why you see free-to-play players at the highest ranks in the Asia server. Also, the game is updated quite regularly, with at least 3 new units per month and all the units being reworked and buffed all the time, on top of constant content updates and quality of life changes. And that about sums it up, I think. As you can probably already guess, I really like the game and I definitely think you should be trying it out. That's it guys, thank you.